of me. The evidence is all around. You can see it. Just open up your eyes. If you're not blind, if you're not blinded by sight, you can see it. If you're not blinded in mind, if this devil has not blinded your mind, you can see it. The evidence of things not seen, the evidence of the God that you have not seen and I have not seen is understood by the things that he made. Even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. There is no creditable excuse for anyone to be so foolish as to think that there is no God. Now, I'm going to stop here. Someone's on the line. It may be someone that has something to say, and I like to give people a chance to make a comment. This is the gospel truth. Do you have a question, or would you like to make a comment? Hello? Okay, let me try you again. Hello, this is the gospel truth.
Yes, this is Sister Ruby Lewis.
Okay, can you hear yourself through the television?
This is Sister Ruby Lewis from East Side Church of Christ.
Yes, how you doing, sister?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I was just reading behind you in the Bible. That is true, everything you say.
Yeah, the Word of God is always true, sister.
Uh-huh.
And I'm glad that you are studying along this morning.
I'm a member from the East Side Church of Christ.
Yes, Sister Ruby, what?
Lewis.
I think I know you.
I listen to your program every Saturday. I really enjoy it.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I hope that you're learning something and that your faith has been built up and you've been edified by studying and listening.
I am. So thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we don't have anyone on the line again right now. But I do want to give you your chance to make your comments pro or con. But one thing I would like to say that in this study, I've only explained what the Word of God is teaching. So if you deny anything, if you're an atheist, some of them, if you're looking at this telecast, I watch you, and I'm not surprised that you're not watching right now. You can call in, and you can make your statements. The line's open. It says in verse 21, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish heart was darkened. Now, friend, this is the result of atheistic beliefs. This is the result of not believing that there is a God. Now, when they knew God, or when they observed God, or when they became aware of God, they glorified him not. They'll look at the beautiful sun, they'll look at the stars, they'll look at the birds, and they'll say, oh, let's protect the birds. They'll look at the water, and they say, oh, let's keep the water clean. They'll look at the trees, and they'll say, well, some of them's good enough to pray to. And then they look at themselves, and so I am magnificently made. My wisdom is impeccable. And I have concluded that there is no God. They're not thankful to God for all that God has given them, even the very life and breath that they use to denounce him. They are not thankful. And became vain. Now that word vain here, as used in the 21st chapter, means futile. They became vain in their imaginations. Now, friend, it takes a very vain imagination for a person to believe that they can precisely determine through science exactly how the world was created. If they could determine how the world was created, don't you know that they should be able to determine how to create the world? Do you see how foolish they are? Do you see how vain they are in their imagination? See? And their foolish heart was darkened. He that trusteth in his own heart, according to Proverbs 28:26, is a fool. I would like for someone who is in the studio to close that door. You're talking too loud. And their foolish heart was darkened. In verse 22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Now, this verse here, if you notice, every atheist, you think he's very intelligent. Every atheist thinks that he knows everything. And the reason I say everything, because he claims that there is no God. So he knows everything to the extent that he's able to determine that there is no God. And yet we know that there's a fool that thinks that they know everything. And to be able to make the statement that there is no God, he would have to know everything. And you've heard this statement. I'm going to borrow this phrase from somebody else. It's not original with me, and I don't claim credit for it. But someone has said that the very thing that the atheist does not know is God. The very thing that they do not know, since if they do not know that there is a God, that's the very thing that they don't know, and that's why they're fooled. You would have to know everything to know that there is no God. Now, when we get into verse 23, we're getting into another area here, but still it has some relationship to our subject. Now, let me give you the telephone number here. I think it's 472-2255. We were not able to put the credits for some reason on the screen. We're having technical problems. Okay, I hear you, or you're on the line. Let me give the number one more time. 472-2255. We have a caller, and we're going to the line. This is Gospel Truth. Do you have a question or comment? Hello? Hello, are you there? Hello,
Hey.
Can you hear me?
How you
Hello?
doing?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you in the studio, but I hear your voice coming across in the technical booth. So go ahead. I'm going to try to understand what you're saying.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, and you?
My name is Floyd Rogers, Jr., and...
Okay, hold on just a minute, Lord. Yeah, I can only hear from in there. Would you leave it?
I've got it turned around. It just sounds like it's kind of... Can you hear it?
I can't hear it out here, but I can hear it from in there. Okay, we're trying to get our audio. One of our fine technicians is going to be working on that. And so we're going to see if we can get... Say something now.
Can you hear me?
Still can't hear you. Yeah, we're not getting anything in the studio, but I know you're coming over the air because I hear you in the technical booth. But